Extreme people of Reddit. What's the best worst thing about being really tall, short, obese, skinny, large, small breasted, etc? I am a grown man of 3 feet 9 due to achondroplastic dwarfism, so it's safe to say I'm pretty dang short. The best thing about being this size is probably how it instantly makes me pretty unique. Not that everyone isn't unique anyway. I just meet so many people who find that meeting me is like an event for them. Sometimes this is also a downside, since I don't really have any anonymity or ability to blend in, but I leave a lasting impression with most people I meet. I also get to wear children's clothes, which can be pretty awesome. The worst thing is how other people treat me. Kids around 10-16 years old are probably the worst. I get insults, stares, laughing and pointing quite frequently if I'm in a densely populated area. I've learned to tune it out now, but I can still have bad days. The pain from the achondroplasia itself can also be a big negative. Just so you know, there are some hardcore Lord of the Rings LARPers who would pay you hefty amounts if you're willing to give up your dignity and roleplay with them. I'm a really short guy, and not having respect is absolutely one of the worst things. I'm student teacher for an 8th grade class and 90% of the boys are significantly taller than I am, so it's hard for them to actually take me seriously. Just in general, I find it extremely difficult to be taken seriously or even gain respect. If it makes you feel any better, getting respect from middle school age students is dang near impossible at times. 6 feet 2 inches girl. Best, legs for days. Worst, clothing. I would get detention in high school for wearing shirts that were too short. Teachers would accuse me of doing it for attention. I couldn't really find anything long in those days, let alone long enough for me. Clothing is getting better now, though. The long t-shirts problem haunted my childhood. I either ended up wearing a tent or wearing an uncomfortably short shirt. Now that I'm older, they sell form-fitted ones, which is nice, but I still have several shirts that is love to wear but can't because of their size. Being really skinny. 103 lbs. People think I have an eating disorder even though I don't. It's one of the reasons I'm unhealthy and couldn't go out for sports in school. On the flip side, I can fit into narrow spaces and it's sometimes easy to slip through a crowd. I've been underweight all my life, and I'd have to say that slipping through a crowd is a huge advantage, especially because I have a fast walking pace, and I'm too impatient to walk behind those slow slugs. I have a completely flat chest, literally negative boob age, but I'm a dance degree candidate, danced ballet all my life, and it's so nice because I don't have to ever worry about supporting breasts, or my back hurting, or fitting into costumes. It's a big plus. Most of the other candidates are super jealous, to be honest. 6 feet 5 inches tall, 210 pounds here. Worst, did you ever play basketball? Low hanging lights fans. I only fit in queen, or better, beds. Frick planes. Frick buses with front facing seats. Frick trains. Frick old movie theaters. The lumbar support on nearly every piece of furniture ever is out of alignment. Joints are rather prone to injury. Short stairs can go to heck. Shoe shopping? Only online or in outlet stores. I'm used to spending $150 per. Pants shopping? Only online or bespoke tailors. $80 to $200 pair is pretty typical. Best, I can't remember the last time I was harassed or approached in an aggressive manner by somebody who wasn't high on crack. My kitchen space includes the top of my cabinets. Easy to please the ladies. I get to give bear hugs to everybody. Being tall. Anyone and everyone asks if you can get something down for them. It's also hard to find shirts and jackets that are long enough. They usually look too short and make you look kind of stocky or oddly proportioned, like you don't know how to dress yourself if they're the right length but big enough to fit 3 of you in. And it's just not a good look. On the flip side, being really short, 5 feet 2, with big boobs, 36 dd, makes it hard to find shirts that fit around my chest but don't come down to my knees, especially button-up shirts or most shirts that should go with leggings. They end up looking like dresses. I'm an unattractive female. Best thing, I don't really get treated like an object. Worst thing, you know, the obvious things. No boyfriends, no proms, no homecomings, I was lucky enough to find a guy who loves me despite my appearance, but I'm still riddled with self-doubt and all that. At a young age, I realized I wasn't pretty, so I really focused on my education and stuff. I tried to stand apart in other ways. It made me understand that girls are expected to be pretty, and that's enough. But when that's taken away from you at a young age, you have to seek worth in other ways. It's kinda bulls. Not getting treated like an object really is a plus. Men started treating me as a sexual object when I was 10 or 11. It really took a piece of my innocence. I had never even had my first kiss and I was being hit on by adult men on the street. I'm pretty small, 5 feet 0 inches, 109 lbs, and female. I work in a retail store that also sells furniture, and the astonished looks I get from people when I lift things is pretty great. I've been called freakishly strong by a couple of my co-workers and friends. The other end of that, though, is that I've offended people who ask for help lifting things. If a tiny little girl is able to lift that box, certainly they would be able to also, and it just looks lazy on their part, right? I've had to learn when to ask my male co-workers to do things that I'm perfectly capable of doing so as not to bruise a customer's ego. Must have some ant DNA or something. I have 34 DDD boobs that don't quite match my 5 feet 7 and 135 pounds. The biggest struggles I have are finding bikinis that don't make me have Christina Aguilera type cleavage and having to abstain from strapless or backless clothes. It's an absolute curse. Big boob girl here too. Bikini shopping is an absolute nightmare. Small boobs. Best, bras are optional and my boobs don't get out of control. I can pull off lacy, dainty bralettes, which is kind of cool. My best friend has double E's and they don't even make things like that for her size. Cons. I usually don't even bother with strapless shirts and dresses. Nothing to hold them up. Skinny waist, big button hips. Pros. It's hot. What I lack in boobs is compensated in butt. Cons. I have to wear leggings with most of my dresses to work. If I wear jeans I have to wear a belt because jeans that fit my butt and legs are too big for my waist. Your body is my body, and I'm glad you view our pros and cons the way I do. Hey. I'm a 5 feet 0 adult male. The worst things about being short are, in this order. 1. No one admits it's a bad thing. If I was fat or ugly or stupid, I'd at least get a little sympathy and acknowledgement that that's one of the negatives to my lot in life, but not when I'm short. People will make fun of you for being short, and in the same breath argue with you that it's in any way a disadvantage in life. If you complain about any of the other things on this list, they'll jump all over you and say you're blaming your problems on your height, even when your height is the direct cause of your problems. 2. Everything's the result of your little man syndrome or Napoleon complex. Anytime you get into an argument, conflict, act in any way competitive, or really do anything excessively manly, from going to the gym to playing sport to calling someone out on their crap, any valid position you may hold is instantly discarded and almost everyone jumps to the some little guy overcompensating assumption. 3. I feel like I have to do more to earn the respect of others than taller counterparts. 4. I'm too broad for children's clothes, and too short for men's clothes. 6. Most women rank taller than me very highly in their list of must-haves when looking for a partner, which makes dating harder. 7. Things aren't built for people my size. Everything from cars to chairs to shelves to automatic door sensors are built with someone else in mind, and often don't work quite like I'd expect them to as a result. I'm 5 feet 9, 540 pounds. I've been struggling with my compulsion to overeat ever since I was a little kid. I've had good days and bad. I've lost weight and gained. My biggest was right around 600 pounds, so I guess I'm doing better now than I have in the past. The good. There was a brief period in my teens and young adulthood where I just was able to embrace the whole thing. I went to Buffett's, certainly got my money's worth. I was a foodie to the extreme and enjoyed eating and sharing food with other large friends and family. I also dated a feeder for a while and had some fun there, though it went south eventually. The bad. I'm nearly 40 now and the joy of food is almost gone. I mean, I'm still compulsively overeating and I'm still drawn to food that I love, but it's very empty now. I'm at a stage where my health is almost gone and my mobility is almost gone, and what little joy there is in naughty foods is quickly replaced with terror for my own mortality. Then of course there's the stares, the finger pointing, the jokes at my expense. I even have embraced that part of it though. I turned letting people make fun of me into a job. I'm a modern day sideshow freak over at youtube.com. Then of course there's the constant reminders in media, TV, movies, books, and the internet. It gets to be very depressing and it's awful. Fun fact, 90% of episodes of How I Met Your Mother include a fat joke. Love the show, hate the writing. The worst is never knowing how I'll manage to still eat 3 meals a day and not overeat and eat selectively. After a lifetime of trying, I'm still not sure I'll ever find the balance. Whoa, that was really illuminating. Best of luck to you. Food addiction is hard because, unlike other addictions where you can stop the habit altogether, you can never completely stop eating. A relapse is a pantry away. Have a glance at our big boob problems sometimes. I spend so much money on bras. Laying on my stomach is practically doing a plank. Honestly, the worst thing is people not taking me seriously because of my boobs. I want to be a lawyer, a successful one who people listen to. I'm a student and plenty of people don't look at my face. Even if it's just the first thing they do when they meet me, it makes me feel like boobs first, person second. The best thing? I guess if a top requires cleavage, that'll always be an option. But I'd trade it for some C-cups you can stick in a push-up bra when you want to get that look. I have a friend who is short, redhead, busty and partner in a law firm. Intellectual property litigator. Do not frick with her. She's such a sweetheart, too. I'm 5 and people always ask if I need help getting something off of the higher shelves at a store. But there isn't really anything that benefits. But there are a few things that suck. Finding pants that fit me lengthwise are hard to find. I can't reach anything past the first shelf in the kitchen cupboards. I should probably buy a step stool. Going to a show or concert with friends. I can never see anything. I'm the same height as you, except nobody offers to help me at the store. For pants, the Gap and Banana Republic both have pretty extensive petite sections. Also, ankle length jeans usually fit me like regular jeans. Tall woman here, 5'11". I think people treat me more like a guy. I mean, I don't look like a guy, but I perceive I am treated differently than my short female friends who are considered cute, more like an equal around certain men. I think it's more acceptable as a woman to be shorter. I do think tall women stand out a lot too, but it doesn't make it any easier to find guys to date. 32A bra size, a 24-inch waist, and comically large hips for my frame. I can buy tops from the little girls department. I feel that I'm a better golfer because I don't have as much to get in the way. I can wear backless tops and often go braless. Then there's the butt. Pants are difficult to find because of the weird gap thing that happens when they fit my hips and butt. Dresses are also tough when you're size 02 and size 4 pants. I'm really short. People think it's okay to make comments and stupid jokes, and if you fight back in any way they accuse you of having little man syndrome. Essentially, people don't think of you as a person with your own thoughts and feelings, just short. Make some jokes on those people being fat and then ask them back. I'm 20 years old, 4'11" and 95 pounds. Really the worst part is people reminding me how short I am every second. I love my size, but I don't need every introduction with someone to be AWW did you know you are so tiny. I have the exact same stats. I'm 21. I don't mind so much when people notice. I also feel cute being tiny. Plus we can sleep in small spaces. As a tall woman, having people ask me why I wear high heels literally every time I wear them because you're already so tall gets annoying as heck. Wearing heels isn't about being taller. It's about throwing my entire spine out of alignment to show off my butt and titties. I'm obese. The worst thing is crap from the subset of people who treat me as a moral failure despite success in every single other aspect of my life. Unfortunately, being overweight is more obvious than other ways in which one might be suboptimal at life. Second worst is clothing shopping. Best thing? I'm a 5 feet 2 inches female and around 90 pounds. Long story short, I eat a lot and can't gain weight. I've gone to many doctors and nutritionists and they all say I'm healthy. The best thing would be never having to deny myself any food. I can't even fathom the idea of turning away something I want to eat because of a diet. It's a completely foreign concept to me. The worst thing would be people assuming that all skinny girls want or enjoy being skinny, not to mention the real woman ads and blunt accusations of eating disorders. Asian girl with a big butt here. Best thing, I'm an Asian girl with a big butt. Worst thing, jeans that fit on my waist but not on my thighs. Leggings look obscene if they're the regular kind. Everyone assumes my favorite song is Baby Got Back. High five. I'm also an Asian girl with a big butt. Other than Gap's curvy jeans, I just look awful in pants because I'm short-legged, too. I actually do like Baby Got Back though, lol. I'm an 18-year-old male who's 5'5". Girls just don't see me in a romantic or sexual way at all. I am like a little buddy to every girl I meet. It makes it even worse because my best friend is that kid who had a full beard at like freaking 14 years old, and even though I am older than him, girls flock to him and then talk to me like I am his little brother that just tagged along. I have big boobs on my otherwise average looking body. 32H. Pros. They are soft and nice to squeeze when I'm alone. My BF looks so freaking cute when he touches them, sucks on them. Cons. They look saggy. They make me look saggy. Posture. Makes my back hurt. Clothes don't fit properly and it's nearly impossible for me to find a cute bra my size. Sometimes I actually cry in the fitting room because it's so frustrating. Especially when they say things like we had that size earlier today WTF. Really? Oh, and they cost about twice as much as a normal bra. Thanks for that. Ugh, the sag is really getting to me too. Natural big T can only look perky for so long before they start migrating south. I am very skinny. Best thing, zero worries about weight. Worst thing, I have no fat reserve, so going too long without food, not even half a day, makes me positively murderous. Oh, I have what my boyfriend lovely calls the hunger stupids. I can't think properly and I start acting like a little kid, unreasonable, angry and pouty, and a massive IQ drop. Sometimes if coupled with lack of sleep I also get hyperactive. It's like my body decides to use my last stores of energy like it's Catholic and it's Shrove Tuesday. I'm over 5'10", 34, 23, 34, with long skinny ankles and feet. I look like Popeye's girlfriend Olive Oil. I can't buy a pair of jeans below Austin. They're always too short or too wide. I've also been mistaken for a man on multiple occasions. Sex with short partners? If you're receiving, it's awkward. Like a chihuahua mounting a Great Dane. Being cartoonishly proportioned is rough. I'm fat. People therefore think it's easy to pick on me. People always seem to forget that our legs carry a ton of weight and tend to get somewhat muscular. I once kicked a guy dang near through a wall once when he wouldn't stop fricking with me after I warned him off a few times. I am 5'7" and weigh 670 pounds. I am a college student and I am close to finishing my degree in fine arts. The best things about being bigger is when I get cold I can put my hands under my tea or under my belly. Worst things are too many to count. I am single and my mother believes in the there is someone for everyone lie. I use a rascal to get to class and walk into the room and learn and then go back and sleep. I used to work out at a specialty place, but I got too self-conscious about it so I quit. I have crushes on girls but that turns into nothing as I am unattractive to everyone. Built like a tank. I'm 6 feet 0 inches, have broad shoulders, huge hands and feet, I'm solid muscle, and wear a 38F bra. I'm not overweight, but have always just been big. Being a kid was hard, and having my mom take me to shop at Frederick's of Hollywood when everyone else was just getting training bras was humiliating. I shared clothes with my brothers, since my sister's hand-me-downs were too petite. I got teased a lot. I have to buy my clothes and shoes online. I don't fit in planes or buses. People sometimes ask insensitive questions. On the plus side, I am proud of how strong I am and my husband thinks I'm sexy. I am also working to overcome body issues since I had my daughter, because she shares my body type and I want to set a positive example for her. Being over 20 stone. Seats become a real pain. You have to constantly work out whether it can take your weight or whether you'll fit into it. I'm on a diet and exercise regime now, slowly shedding the weight. It was a big wake-up call. From the ages of 12 to 17 I was extremely skinny and underweight because of an eating disorder. It really wasn't as glamorous as eating disorder can be made out to be. The worst parts about it were that I was cold all the time. Even in a California summer I was wearing jackets and coats. I had hair everywhere, all over my arms, legs, chest, and face. I got bruises just from lying down in bed. My hair started falling out in clumps, to the point where I had to cut it all off. Also, my kidneys were always getting infected. Lastly, now I have osteoporosis. I am fully recovered from my eating disorder and am a normal weight, but my bones are that of a 70-year-old. The best thing about it is that now that I'm recovered I have dedicated my life to helping others with eating disorders recover. So I found my passion in life, which is good. 5 feet 8 and 105 pounds. I've been harassed by people at my school telling me I'm anorexic, guys don't like stick girls etc. I'll never really have boobs, and you can see my ribs from the front and the back, which I think is kind of gross. However, I get some comments about looking like a model. I guess it depends on the person. I'm personally not too obsessed with my looks. The best thing is not having to worry about what you eat. The worst is being judged and having people assume you starve yourself. I have big boobs on a small body. They've been big since I was about 13, and now they're about a 30-60. The good thing? They look nice. I got lucky with the shape and for firmness. It sucks because button-up shirts are impossible unless they're huge everywhere else. In addition, men can't take their eyes off of them. I've been harassed about it half my life. It gets old. I have a somewhat freakishly exaggerated hourglass. My measurements are 48, 32 jj, minus 3450. Pros: I can put on shitloads of weight and still be considered pretty hot by a lot of people. Much more so than women who put weight on in different places. I do actually like my body. I feel very grounded, womanly and attractive. I don't know to what extent that's just me accepting my body though. Cons: I'd like some clothes that fit, please. Can I have a bra that costs less than £40 please? Sexual harassment is a thing. A really big thing. I have poor spatial awareness, and I'm constantly bruising my hips and knocking crap over with my bum. Airplane seats. I'm not obese to the level that I can't buckle a belt or anything, but it is a tight squeeze with my hips. Back pain. People often sexualize my body and think it's appropriate to be really open about their sexualization of my body. People often think it's appropriate to just grab bits of my body and comment on their firmness, wobbliness or size. It's hard to dress in a way that's both flattering and reasonably conservative. My choices are basically between cute but a bit revealing or covered up in something that's a glorified giant potato sack in a thigh chafing. I'm a pretty short guy. 5 feet 4 inches. The worst thing about it is that I often feel like I'm not taken seriously as a man. Women don't look at me. I'm not expected to be able to handle the tough jobs, and I'm just not really taken seriously in general. Best thing: there's nothing good about it at all. I am 5 feet 2 inches and I find that being taken seriously is an issue in my dating and personal life more than anything. Most women are taller than me, and despite being reasonably attractive I am usually perceived as cute but not considered a viable sexual option. It is not a hopeless situation, but the dating pool does tend to be a bit smaller when you are a short guy. It is best to just have a good sense of humor about it. Keep a positive attitude and hope that Peter Dinklage's popularity has some sort of ripple effect. I also have a baby face which makes me particularly non-threatening, so I have great potential as a target, especially for drunk people. When you are looking to have a little fun at someone else's expense, the best bet is to pick someone who doesn't look like they could do much damage if it came down to it. Some perks of being short are: kids' clothes are cheaper. I never hit my head on anything. I can climb on and run through most things. Needing help reaching something is endearing. Trick or treating doesn't need to end. Sweet hiding spot abound. 230 pounds, 6 feet 2. Honestly, the only bad part about my weight is the fact that it's unhealthy. Being fat is just the norm in America now. I have lost weight, But what sucks is my Gigundo man titties. The only thing I have ever really been embarrassed about. They are the reason I am motivated to lose weight. Abrath that fits. Super skinny dude here. 115 pounds. 120 on a good day. About 5 minutes. And 10 seconds. Bad. Finding pants that fit. Technically my pants size is 28x32 but either nobody freaking sells them, or everyone else who can fit into those clears the stores of their entire stock before I can even wake up. I generally go with 30x32 plus belt. Bad. Body image and self-esteem issues. Raised in a culture where men are fit and muscular and I am a goddamn toothpick. Makes me incredibly self-conscious and I feel that it hurts me in the dating scene. Good. People seem to have an insatiable desire to feed me in an attempt to get me to a regular weight. Anytime I went over to a friend's house, said friend's mom would take one look at me and start cooking. Good. I'm skinny due to an overactive metabolism. I think. Doctors say it's not a condition or disease or parasite, so it's either metabolism or a small black hole fueling my digestion. So I can eat whatever I want and not get fat. My overindulgence in fast food may come back to haunt me in later years, so this could turn into a bad thing over time. Bad. Apparently people assume that skinny guys have skinny tiny dongs. I don't really know. I've never heard such a thing before. I only mention it because everyone I've slept with has been rather shocked to discover that. Good. They're totally freaking wrong about that. I weigh 115 pounds. And guess where the 15 is? Slight exaggeration. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.